Hey everyone, Coach Matt here at Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Answering a question today that was left on the YouTube channel about the discus. And this comes from a guy who calls himself Super Darchek or Darchek. And he asks, I was watching your videos a few days ago, I think they're helpful. I'm a discus thrower and need some advice. He asked a few kind of quick questions. Can you please make a video and talk about the following? While releasing the discus, how high should my arm be? Shoulder line, above the head, or another way? And I always repel myself from the discus, so I can't transfer my power to the discus. Can you explain me some exercises and give me some tips how to import myself into the throw and not repel myself? That would be everything. And are the Adidas Adizero Discus Hammer good shoes? Well, Discus Hammer shoes by Adidas are fantastic. Nice, fast, smooth bottom. More of an advanced shoe. Usually the beginner shoes have like grainy, pebbly kind of finish to the bottom, but stick with them, they'll be a good shoe for you. Releasing the discus, you want that baby at shoulder height. You never want to have the discus over the head when you release it, and you never want to scoop it from down below. You want that thing 90 degrees to the armpit, level with the ground. Your lower body is going to designate the angle of release. Now, the question that really kind of got me thinking was the one you asked about repelling away from the discus. Now, this is a very typical problem. This is a problem that a lot of my athletes had when they first started working with me. And when we talk about repelling away from the discus, what he means is when he is in the power position, he's gone through the entire throw, he's landed in the power position, he goes to throw, he turns, and rather than getting his body into the throw and following that throw out the front of the circle, getting his body behind that discus, he repels away from it. He actually pushes himself backwards as he's pushing the discus forward. So he falls away from that discus. Now, there are a lot of reasons why this might be happening, but they all kind of trickle down to one major problem. And that has to deal with timing of the lower body and when you're turning and when you're actually blocking. Now, for the most part, what you'll see is this. As you are going through the motions, as we've talked about before, there needs to be an order, a process going from the ground up. So you'll turn your feet, you'll extend that knee, you'll snap the hip, and you'll pull your left arm in, following, throwing that discus out the front, getting all your weight from behind you to in front of you, following through, putting all that power behind the discus. If you're falling away, that means that something is out of order. Typically what we see, if it's out of order, is that the left leg comes down so late that by the time it hits, you've already started turning. By the time it hits, by the time you start to block, you're actually going to be pushing yourself backwards. And it looks like this. It's hard to duplicate in slow motion, so just kind of listen to what I'm saying, check out my feet, and see what happens. So you come through the full throw. You're about to go through and actually finish that throw, come out of that power position. And what happens is you start to turn. Now your back foot's not down yet. You're starting to turn, then the back foot goes down. Think of this like a pole vaulter putting the pull in the back of the box. You stop. You hit that block, but you're already starting to open. At this phase, you're starting to lean back. Your body already started to curve. Your body already started to form that backward C position, and then you slam your foot down. So what's going to happen? All that forward force that you're putting behind that discus is now stopped and moving backwards. So as you're turning, you plant late, and as you go to throw and extend that back leg, the only way that you have to go is backwards. Rather than pushing yourself forward, you've stopped moving forward and you've pushed yourself backwards. It's kind of a crazy thing that happens, but it happens more often than not. Ways to correct this: you need to get that left foot down as quickly as possible. When you come through, you need to get that foot down before you start to turn this back foot and get your body around. So work on speeding up that left foot. When you come through the throw, don't let the foot come down late. That's when you start to push backwards. Get that left foot down as quickly as possible. This can be actually very similar to in the glide shot. If you don't get the leg down quick enough, you will actually shift your weight and you won't have anything to push with. Same idea. If you don't get that leg down fast enough in the discus, you're going to not have any block. You're going to block late and push yourself backwards. Hopefully this answers your question. It's very, very typical for athletes that have timing issues for this to happen to them. This is a fantastic question. This is a very common problem and something that a lot of viewers out there and a lot of people that check out the blog are going to watch, and it's going to help them out. This is what I mean when I talk about making a better community of throwers. Keep asking those questions. The more questions that you ask, the more questions I can answer, and the more people around the world can check out these videos. I hope to hear from you soon. Please visit primalatc.com and ask your questions right at the bottom of the page. Hope to see you and hear from you soon.